Опять человек с непроизносимой фамилией. Бежит, он побежит уже. Надо будет.
Cousins looking to put it up right away. And
incomplete. Хват был, конечно, да. Лэкшн.
Incomplete pass. Here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook.
Can be ugly, and in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Well, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
Поехали в атаку.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's taken to the 26.
Раймунда. Почему у меня Реймонд играет? Непонятно. Первый 4, да.
At the 33-yard line. Gone. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And able to get this one across the field.
Пробежал быстрее, что там тайм-даун был.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes in different trouble because you might run into a defender.
Well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Блиц, Алексей. Блиц персональный.
On first down, it's gone. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Ай-яй-яй.
Incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Lions at 7-5 now in a year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Как говорит Артем Варнава, адепт корнер-маршрутов. Защита великолепно получается, по идее.
On 1st and 10, gone. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And will be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Ну, очень неприятно, на самом деле, да.
did there, picking up extra yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Gone. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to get him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll get him just inside the 10, stopped at the 11. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On that last carry, here's 2nd and 7. Now Gone. And it's caught. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. Nice pass there. Another setup beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Goff now to throw.
Чего? Как это вообще возможно? Ну это какой-то пиздец, а не перехват, честно говоря. Просто сквозь руки прошло правильно, не нужно там руки ставить. Ладно, промолчу просто.
But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some...
Пиздец, конечно. Как это перехват случился? Но чувак руки выставил, сквозь руки ему просто прилетело. Почему так непонятно вообще?
Run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of his end zone, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. So they get that completion. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket.
Какой перехват? Почему этот перехват там случился? Ладно. Не говори, пожалуйста, Алексей. Не нужно абсолютно много.
Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest.
Бля, да вы серьезно?
That was enough to get on the first down.
There he goes onside. He's at the 40. 20.
Пизду эту игру. Сам, конечно, долбоёб, но ничего не поделаешь. Охуеть, конечно.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Чего там был перехват был?
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way.
Ну ты еще туда, конечно, вышел.
Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw, Goff. And it's knocked away.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 20.
Извините, у меня просто совпадало, поэтому тайм-аут нажал. Ладно.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Sharp's got it, left side. And in for the Lions.
Чудо нерпово. А Мамон Сара, конечно, идеально сыграл двоих заблокировал. Ну, давай еще дольше это делай. Нет, инвертов.
Here the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have.
Тут тоже не обидно, это перехват должен был быть Алексей, да.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. They go play action. Cousins.
Он не выкинул мяч.
Release as this will be incomplete.
Ну это фамбл. Ребятки, ну не знаю, что делать тут.
And force him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is incomplete.
And my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man forced the incompletion.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Pulled in at the 24. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but it had just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball, so they can snap it and get back to work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Gone. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they're able to work this across midfield.
Уильямс, например.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. These two teams all tied after one.
Будь здорова.
Down carry, it's Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could.
Почему Рейнольдс? Господи, ну он же не он, что все у меня.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Сейчас нельзя.
To throw is gone. Looking left side and he's got a man. That's Reynolds. And he is out.
Почему Рейнольдс?
Not before he's inside the 30. Now we give up the middle to Williams.
Много людей.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
Надо не поздно слушать все это, конечно, да.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Gone. Finding Williams on the check down.
Вот тебе и чекдаун.
From a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Now as they line up and kick this one away.
Так что не будешь выносить? Не будешь, молодец.
And taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game.
Well, it's
time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense just a settle down after they give up the touchdown.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And complete right side to Cook.
And he's able to break
out 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4.
The defense is ready for the back to look out, and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort. Turn it into a successful play.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Steps away.
Бля. О! Не докинул. Умница. Там, конечно, да, явно на 40 это было сейчас.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll look to set up his blockers.
Вот его прошел куда-то. Там было.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. So right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Swift. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think down 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's going to have the Lions first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Ну, там, конечно, перехват на грани был, да. Вот такой же прилетел в тачдаун, когда у меня должен был быть тачдаун, такой же. Не боролся.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it. 10, right at the 40. They try the left side here.
Все его просто добросить, пожалуйста.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after
Кстати,
the
Браун
loss.
тоже, да.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He's going to let this go. Back in the
Слишком
end
далеко,
zone.
да, к сожалению. Перекинул немного господин Гофф.
Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Я раньше думал, перехватишь, сейчас могу перехватить. Давай выносить. Бля, дебил. Дебил, Алексей, ну зачем ты изменил-то это? Объясни мне, пожалуйста.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. And now that completion is north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff over the middle, holding very sharp. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just the first, so we'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Близко, на самом деле, да.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They go jet sweep here with Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead back. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Extra point down the middle, and it's now 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen right here. They've got to get going.
Откуда там
roughing the passer, and they get the safety there.
And this is one I think where the safety's usually got to come a long way. So sometimes it's tougher to slow it down. That's going to draw the flag more times than not.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And maybe take him down, but not before they work this to the 45. On play action, Cousins. And the Lions pressure to
Качество, умница.
multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
That's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okuda. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time.
Ой-ой-ой-ой, выкинуть не успел. Ладно. По делу, на самом деле, перемудрился очень сильно. Не, ну, не сами, да. Виноват, извините. Ладно, это очень длинный блиц.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okuda. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus two.
То же самое там.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring it 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gould. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
Raimundo.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working perfectly well. And most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams.
Ай-яй-яй. Да, был бы смысл не кто. Ну ладно, что-то.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Hey, Left!
Throwing on third. Gone. Well, he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Up the middle, it's Williams. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running those red premium in the first half, was able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to get down to the 33-yard line here. That will be first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs.
Cover 4, cover 6, даже не cover 4, я тебе больше скажу, да.
They run it again with Williams.
Не туда убежал, да.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They'll try the air now with Gall.
Ты начал назад сходить, поэтому вся редакция расплылась. 15 из 20.
That's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Complete. This is Mitchell. Touchdown, Detroit.
Великолепно.
Touchdown pass of the afternoon. As his guys were able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, is one of the words you've taught me.
Нет, красиво было, Алексей. Не зря Митчелл Лукаса.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too in a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Я пойду за кидочек на Джефферсона, на самом деле, да, что-то радуюсь. Так.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Ай-яй. Он был поздно переключился, да, опять. Второй махнул по зону, не успел бы.
Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun. All right, throwing out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they really get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
This will happen sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because these guys get out of that mentality.
Players do a better job holding on to the ball. Вот такие вот есть X-факторы. М-факторы не называется, так, по-моему. Там человек стоял со мной, да.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Блядь, ну ты же стоял. Он ошибся, Джозеф, да. Он стоял с ним и ошибся. Ну, теперь я не успел переключиться, поэтому... Ну, как вы сами виноваты, да. Видел, что так будет. Ну, виноват, да, виноват. Что с качественным? Вы чего?
He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins, complete. Jefferson the target.
Ну, пошел, поехал, это веселье Джефферсона. Что-то раз... Давай, соберись, Алексей, пожалуйста, фигню. Нет, качество, конечно, остается в игре. Можно мне переключить? А как ты с ним сыграл 1 на 1, если он настолько от тебя ушел? Скажи мне, пожалуйста, как это произошло? Не, я все понимаю, но, блядь, ну... Ладно, промолчу.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick it off following the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but they just got matched a moment ago. So we know that what we discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that? Right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get
херня абсолютно, если честно говоря.
and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And so room to maneuver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, and a line first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Второй номер не дотянул просто его немного, да.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Well, a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose.
Два человека меня смотрят, ничего себе.
This is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31.
Ой.
Gone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings will take.
Ну, хер знает. Ну, ладно.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, and with that, not the smartest of throws.
Нормальный бросок.
This game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points,
Ну, там
things
чисто.
start getting a little more interesting.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific.
Кстати, один раз убежал, потому что это негодяй.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook.
Как он перестроился сейчас так быстро на скрин? Он изначально его заказывал?
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw there, taken in by Smith. Solid stiff arm. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter.
Начинаю испытывать некоторое раздражение, честно вам скажу.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Cousins on first down. Third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Lions are going to have great field position here as this is returned just
Ибо нехрен.
I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me tell you how much the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back.
Нет, так нельзя кидать, Алексей. Это какая-то фигня случилась.
Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's gone.
Блять, это серьезно? Кавер 2 был сейчас, правильно? Я еще не решил переходить. Что ты заебал, господи.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You get the first one for the second one to even matter.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
Раннинг бэк. Все только вот это вот. И на джете стоит, он убежит. Два паса, которые есть. Ну, блядь. Раннинг бэк будет опять, смотри. Оп.
Midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score.
Ну как он опять кинуть-то успел, ну господи.
As quickly as possible.
Throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback though for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
Почему это не перехват? Не ешь матрешки. Частично перехватай так на кука пас.
They'll throw again. Cousins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Нет.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Блядь, ну серьезно, Леша, ну господи, ну ты же в центре стоял, ну как ты мог его не закрыть сейчас?
First down, here's the run with Cole. And down inside 15, shy of the 10. And even 100 yards rushing for now.
Там чувак стоял чувак, кто ровно в него прибежал. Я нажимал X, он просто отошел. Как дела?
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Господи, дайте, пожалуйста, мне игрока.
Cousins to throw it. And this throw as he couldn't reach back for it.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you somehow force it in there because it can be tipped up and picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, 5. And he will bring it back. Interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. New Orleans now from his own zone. And no
А, Залон устал, когда бежал. Смешно очень. Гарби Джозеф.
Stop made there by Brian Asamoah. That's been good for two. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the give. Now gone. And that'll be off the mark.
Я выйду свободного в него и кинул. Там ранок видел был, да.
The Lions on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 8. And he goes back with one complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Sometimes there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Here's Swift. He's going to press this one forward as they start it right around the line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. We talk about being on schedule. I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back out with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop it.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Yeah, definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown passes. They're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Rodgers Friends.
Longer now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Дальняя закидушка, да, была.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
А, я забыл флюк включить.
And they will take a knee here. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions.
Итак, Детройт цепляется за плей-офф. Каким-то магическим образом отлететь в первом раунде от Грин-Бэя, да?
Trying to take it away on defense, and let's face it, when you get the game 3 times in one game, it can get very difficult for your team to get the W.
Почему ли по ней обыграли?
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.
Что стоит, да, уже хорошо.